So, so this one came in November 2025, current account के ऊपर question है, and it says explain three components of the current account of the balance of payment and consider the extent to which a depreciation in the exchange rate will always lead to a surplus on the current account, right? So simple सा question है. First part is they want us to discuss the three components. इसमें I don't remember kids making a lot of mistake. Everybody pretty much had their three major components of the current account, which was trade in uh, goods, trade in service, and then you had your primary incomes. Nobody wrote purani net incomes and uh, transfer payments. Everyone went for primary and secondary income. So you can choose like one of three of these, but you have to explain them, right? Oh yeah, this is where the kids were making mistake. Trade in goods को जब उनको समझाना पड़ रहा था, तो the key word that we were looking was that kids should be able to write कि exports minus imports होता है, right? This is what we say, it's the net value of goods and services. Value का term important है, right? Usually जब आप बोलते हैं ना exports minus imports, so trade in goods includes exports minus imports, या net exports of goods. तो प्रॉब्लम ये है कि इसमें क्लियर नहीं हो रहा कि क्वांटिटी, क्वालिटी, प्राइस, वैल्यू किसकी बात हो रही है. So the key thing we need to write over here is that it is like the net value of and imports, exports and imports for visible गुड्स. फिजिकल गुड्स भी लिख सकते हो आप, फिजिकल विजिबल दोनों एक्सेप्टेबल है. एग्जाम्पल आपने बोल दिया, चलो कार्स. ओके, की थिंग इज वैल्यू. ठीक है, वैल्यू का लिखा होना बहुत बहुत जरूरी था. उसके बाद अगर आप ट्रेड इन सर्विसेज लिख रहे हो तो अगेन ट्रेड इन सर्विसेज क्या होती है? इट इज द नेट value of exports and imports for invisible, yeah, intangible services. Like, for example, would be banking. इसमें primary incomes, obviously, this deals with uh, the incomes earned and paid abroad. Example, dividends हो सकता है, इंटरेस्ट हो सकता है, प्रॉफिट्स हो सकता है, और ट्रांसफर्स के अंदर इट इज द इनकम्स रिसीव्ड. इस ये अर्न नहीं होती, रिसीव्ड एंड सेंड ओवरसी अब्रॉड, दोनों सही है. और एग्जाम्पल के अंदर आप इसमें एड वर्कर्स, रेमिटेंसेस, सेंडिंग देयर मनी बैक टू देयर ओन होम नेशन, ये सारी बातें आप लिख सकते हो. आई थिंक इट्स प्रीटी स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड. इसमें कोई hardly kids had issues with this. The problem that we had was the later part where it says कि भाई depreciation, will it always lead to a surplus on the current account? So obviously analysis में you have to make a for and against argument for it. If a currency depreciates, I don't know why kids don't write this up front, but we know that the price of export falls, which means that your exports become cheaper. Exports become cheaper. So that leads to export revenue to rise. Okay. Similarly, price of import rises because imports becomes expensive. ये cheaper expensive थोड़े important है, जिसकी वजह से import expenditure, please सिर्फ export import नहीं लिखो. I've mentioned this previously also. You must write export revenue, you must write import expenditure. Never write export rises, import falls. Okay, we don't give marks for export and import की writing. You need to write uh, revenues and expenditures. So overall, as a result, जो हम चाह रहे थे कि depreciation will always lead to a surplus, तो हम यहाँ पे बोलेंगे कि भाई as a result, since exports is rising and imports is falling, X minus M improves, and therefore the current account moves into surplus. Now, I'm going to get 2 marks maximum for all of this. I need to make a counter argument. Counter argument के अंदर what we observed was that a lot of kids um, went for the whole PED का discussion कि जरूरी तो नहीं है, what if the goods are inelastic, what if the goods are elastic, उस point of view से तो examiners ने खास एक note डाला था that if the students do not consider, ये जैसे ये जो मैं पूरी बात कर रहा हूँ depreciation का export और import से connection बनाया है, but there is no discussion of primary and secondary incomes. So here you can't give the third mark. In fact, if I show you the marking scheme, एक second though, yeah, take a look over here. After the first 3 marks, a depreciation is a depreciation in the exchange rate will make exports cheaper and or imports expensive. So एक दोनों में से कुछ भी लिखा 1 mark. Usse exports revenue being the keyword over here. I don't know why they haven't bolded it, and or import leading to a surplus. Also, other components of the current account may be influenced whether the current account goes into surplus or not. If the impact of the other sections of the current account are not considered, maximum marks of 2. That's what they wanted. ऊपर question के अंदर जब इन्होंने खास बोला ना the 3 components और फिर बताओ कि अगर depreciation से will it get sorted, तो they are interested in knowing कि चलो trade in goods and services से तो everybody can answer, but what about the primary and the secondary? So depreciation से तो प्राइमरी और सेकेंडरी के ऊपर कोई खास हमारा डायरेक्ट इम्पैक्ट की बात नहीं होती, बट व्हाट दे वांट इज दैट फाइन डेप्रिसिएशन की वजह से हो सकता है कि योर एक्सपोर्ट्स रेवेन्यू राइजेस एंड इंपोर्ट्स रेवेन्यू फॉल, बट इफ you have a net outflow in your primary incomes or the secondary incomes, then it is quite possible that you may not move into a surplus. That is sort of a discussion. मेरे ख्याल में 99% of the kids did not get this third mark over here because वो डायरेक्ट एक evaluative statement में आ गए, उनको evaluation का although mark मिल गया because उनकी जो वो discussion थी about the elasticity, that work कि अगर आपका अगर let's suppose आपकी currency depreciate होती है, so what we know is if your product's price falls down, but if your product's PED is greater than 1, PD for exports is greater than 1, then the percentage increase in your exports is way bigger than the percentage fall in the price for exports. So overall, the current current account will go up. Lekin if this was inelastic, then the percentage rise in quantity for exports will be less than the percentage fall in the price of exports, and our current account will actually worsen as a result. तो ये evaluation के अंदर count हो गया था, so the kids were able to get uh, that 1 mark, and also the value of the other sections of the current account. So another, for the second mark, you have to make a comparison कि दूसरे करंट अकाउंट के नंबर्स आल्सो मैटर, सिर्फ एक्सपोर्ट्स और इंपोर्ट्स की बेसिस के ऊपर आपका डिसीजन नहीं निकल सकता. So that is something that they wanted in the evaluative statement. So this one right here is on the evaluation wala side, right?
Why will it increase or decrease more though?